Thank you, everybody, for coming. Up here at the bench, you have Fire Chief Lewis, Sheriff Worley, and Under Sheriff Moody. On the back row, you have Detective Fowles, Sergeant Murphy, Detective Eisenloffel, and myself as Sergeant Berukowitz. Sheriff Worley will start us off today.
At approximately 3:15 p.m. on October 13th, 2015, a call came into the Nye County Dispatch Center, first from Mitzi John, an employee of the Love Ranch, and a second caller, Richard Hunter, Media Director for Dennis Hoff's Bunny Ranch, requested an ambulance for an unresponsive male experiencing a medical emergency at the Love Ranch. The Love Ranch is located in Crystal, Nevada, approximately 20 miles north of Pahrump in Nevada and in Nye County. During that call, the reporting parties informed the Nye County Sheriff's Office dispatch the male had been using cocaine. They confirmed his usage on Saturday, but was unsure if it had continued to the weekend. They also informed dispatch that he'd used up to 10 tabs of sexual performance enhancer supplements over the last 3-day period. He was unconscious, but breathing. He had blood coming from his nose and his mouth, along with a white substance. An ambulance from Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue Service arrived at 3:34 p.m., and the patient, identified as Lamar Odom, was stabilized and transported to Desert View Hospital, arriving at 4:16 p.m. The Nye County Sheriff's Office detectives, Corey Fowles and Michael Eisenloffel, arrived at the Love Ranch at 3:29 p.m. and conducted an investigation on scene. The detectives spoke with the staff and the manager. After being treated by the physicians, arrangements were made to transport Mr. Odom by Mercy Air helicopter. The Mercy Air helicopter landed at Desert View Hospital approximately 4:37 p.m. However, Mr. Odom was unable to be transported in that fashion due to his stature. He was transported from the hospital at 5:32 p.m. by Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue by ambulance, and was attended during that transport by Mercy Air flight nurse. He arrived at Sunrise Hospital in Las Vegas, Nevada at 6:24 p.m. and at approximately 9:50 p.m. detectives applied for a search warrant for Mr. Odom's blood. The search warrant was granted by Judge Lane, 5th Judicial District. Detectives immediately drove to Sunrise Hospital and arrived at 12:15 a.m. to serve the search warrant. The search warrant was served at 1:07 a.m. Blood was drawn from Mr. Odom. The blood has been booked into the Nye County Sheriff's Office evidence and is awaiting submission to the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Laboratory for processing. At this point, the case is ongoing. We would like to extend our best wishes to Mr. Odom and his family, and we're hoping for a speedy recovery. In a moment, you will hear a 911 call. At the conclusion of this briefing, a copy of the 911 call and a copy of this press release will be available to you on our website. That's NyeCountySheriff'sOffice.com. Please feel free to download it. If you have any questions, you can ask them immediately after the 911 call. And since there are so many media representatives, please choose your questions wisely. We are in a time crunch.
911, where's your emergency?
We need an ambulance.
What's the address?
300 Appaloosa Lane. It's the Love Ranch out here in Crystal, Nevada.
911, where's your emergency?
We need an ambulance.
What's the address?
300 Appaloosa Lane. It's the Love Ranch out here in Crystal, Nevada.
Okay, you said you're out in Crystal?
Yeah.
Okay, and your name?
Mitzi.
Mitzi, what's your last name?
Jones. I'm the shift manager here.
Okay, and your phone number?
775-372-5251.
Okay, how old is the patient?
I don't know none of that stuff. All I know is that he's like close to not breathing and it's a client.
Okay, can you kind of guess his age? Is he like 20s, 50s, 70s?
Like late 20s, I think.
So you're not near him?
No, I'm in the office.
All right, we'll get him paged out. If you find any more information, go ahead and give us a call back, okay?
Okay, thank you.
And you said this was the Love Ranch, right?
Yes.
Okay, we'll get him on the way.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
911, where's your emergency?
I'm at the Love Ranch at 300 Appaloosa Lane. I just called and they said they were going to send somebody out, but I just wanted to let them know that they need to hurry, please, because she's got blood coming out of his nose, white stuff coming out of his mouth. They can't get him to wake up. He's like almost not breathing.
Okay, is he conscious?
Excuse me?
Is he conscious?
No.
And he has white stuff coming out of his mouth?
And blood coming out of his nose?
Okay, but he is unconscious right now, right?
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. Are you with him right now?
No, I'm in the office. I'm the shift manager here. He's a client. He's in the back apartment.
Okay, if you could send somebody to make sure that he's still breathing and have someone from inside the apartment call me so I can give them some instructions, or if you could take the phone out there right now.
Hey, let me see if it'll go. I think it cuts out right here and doesn't work anymore, so.
It's more than that now. I'm sorry, I'm talking to my partner. They got an ambulance paged out already.
Okay, it's still working now.
Do you know if he's on drugs or?
I have no idea. Are you there?
I'm here, but it keeps cutting out. Do they have a phone there? Ma'am? Hello? Hello? If you can hear me, I can't hear you. If you can hear me, I can't hear you. Sir? Okay. Are you the party needing the ambulance? Hello?
You hear me now?
I can hardly hear you. Are you the party needing the ambulance? Hold on, sir.
Wait. Thank you for holding. This is another dispatcher.
Hi, I've got you now.
Okay, were you able to find out any more about his condition? Is he breathing?
Yes, he is breathing regularly. He sounds like he's snoring a little bit, but he is breathing consistently. He's got a little bit of fluid coming from his nose and his mouth. It's got a red coloring to it. I wouldn't say it's deep red like blood. It's more of kind of a pinkish color.
And that's coming out of both his mouth and his nose?
Yes, I specifically saw it come out of his nose. I can't say for sure I saw it come out of his mouth, but he's kind of breathing with his mouth open a little bit. He's over on his side, snoring, but breathing regularly, and he's made a few sounds. I'm trying to speak to him, and I'm kind of hearing like a couple of, whimper is the right word or something like that.
Okay, but he's still unconscious?
Yeah, well, he's in a deep sleep for sure, yeah.
Okay.
reason to do that if he's breathing regularly, right?
No, not at this time.
Okay.
Okay, and so which side do you have him turned on?
On his right side.
Okay, can you see if you can get him on his left side?
Okay. Now here's the thing. This cellular, this is a cordless phone and it loses a signal. Is it better to have you call me on a cell phone that I know I can stand by him and talk to you at the same time?
That'd be better if you could just call in on the cell phone.
Okay, so will I call you and then they'll reconnect me to you?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just call 911 from my cell phone, right?
Yep.
Okay, doing it right now.
Okay.
Should I stay on the line with you or should I hang up?
You can go ahead and hang up.
Okay, calling right back.
All right, bye. Where's your emergency?
Yes, I was just reconnecting. Was that you I was talking to?
Yes, it was.
Okay. All right, here I come. I'm back with him. Stand by. Okay, bring him over on his other side.
Yeah, on his left side if you can.
Yeah. All the way over. Bring him over. Bring him over. Okay, I got him. Okay. All right, I got him on his side.
Okay. Still unconscious?
Yeah. I've got white. He's got looks like some kind of white stuff coming out of his mouth. Bunch of white stuff coming out in his nose too. All right. He's been taking, guys. I need each one of you grab a leg. I need to move him down on his side. I want him on his left side. Now, all the way over on this side. Oh. Okay, keep him there.
Okay. Do you know if he took anything right before this happened?
Okay, so here's what I got. They just handed me something called, let me read this, Reload 72 hours strong sexual performance enhancer for men. I mean, this is some sort of packaged supplement. And they said he's taken a bunch of these. So he has done that. I asked him if they'd seen any, if he had taken any drugs because he's been here for days, and they said no.
Okay. Do they know about, were those pills or like a powder? Do they know how much you took?
So, okay, all right, I'm seeing 1,875, so 1,875 milligrams, okay? And then, let me ask TJ, how many roughly? Okay, like at a time? Okay, he does. So I just gave you the milligram dosage, and they're saying he's probably taken 10 over a 3-day period of time.
Okay. Okay, sir, we'll go ahead and just keep a close eye on his breathing, and if he happens to stop breathing or becomes conscious again or anything else like that, just give us a call back on your cell phone, okay?
Okay, could you just, I'm sorry, somebody was saying something to me. Could you just repeat that last bit back again?
Yes, just keep a close eye on his breathing, and if he stops breathing or it gets worse or he gains consciousness, just give us a call back on 911 on your cell. And real quick, can I get your cell number?
Yes.
Begin redaction. End redaction.
And we do have help on the way.
Okay, now they just add this to it. They just told me that somebody just came up to me and said that he apparently had some cocaine on and that he did this on Saturday. He's been alert and let me ask a question. Guys, since that happened on Saturday, he's been awake, alert, conscious. Yeah. Okay, so since then, what I just told you, he's been up, alert, conscious, and all that. So one hopefully didn't have anything to do with the other there.
So as far as you know, there's no cocaine since Saturday?
That is correct. Since Saturday, yes? No, since the cocaine, not since Saturday. That's what he's asking. As far as you know, not since Saturday. He was fine on Sunday. Yeah, that's correct, sir.
Okay. Well, just keep a close eye on him, and we do have help on the way, okay?
Okay. Do you have any idea about how long it'd be?
No, I don't really have an ETA for you, sir.
Okay. All right. We're going to keep an eye on him, and I'll call you back Sunday, too.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Now we're open to questions.
Is there a chance that someone at the brothel will be held liable for what happened tomorrow?
That's possible at the end of our investigation if we find that someone at the brothel is responsible, then yes, of course they would be. But we're only after the truth here. So we need to find out at the end of the investigation. We'll be able to let you know what happened.
What was found in the suite?
What was that?
What was found when you executed the search warrant for the suite where Mr. Odom was?
The search warrant was for blood, and that blood is going to go into the laboratory and be tested.
Did you not search the suite he was in?
Yes, but we didn't have a search warrant for that. It was part of the scene.
Are there any substances or anything that was on the property?
Well, I'm sorry, at this time, it's an ongoing investigation, and I decline that.
Have the results of the blood come back yet?
No, the blood has just barely been taken to the lab.
Is it common for brothels to provide these Viagra-like supplements, or do you know if this brothel did provide those, or he brought them on his own?
I only know just exactly what the tape had to say at the moment, and it really didn't say. So that's also part of the ongoing investigation. We're really not sure what type of medication that he was taking.
You know what condition he's in right now, currently?
What was that?
What condition he's in right now?
No, I don't know right now.
Other than the anecdotal reports of cocaine, did you have any other evidence of cocaine, and can you tell us what you suspect, how much?
I'm sorry, it was part of an ongoing investigation, and I can't release that right now.
Could this be classified as a possible overdose?
Not until we get the toxicology back. I'm sure that the hospital knows a little more than we do right now.
If someone at the brothel held back that they knew he was doing drugs, would they face charges for obstructing justice?
They could be if we found out that that were true.
Are there any laws concerning illegal drug use inside brothels?
Yes.
What are those laws?
Well, obviously, it's a privileged license, as well as being providing a Schedule 2 or 3 substance to someone, whether they bought it or whether it was given.
Has your office have had problems with this Love Ranch before? How many times have you been called out? Do you inspect them ever?
Not really, no.
Will you be getting a search warrant for the brothel?
I really can't say at this time.
Is it possible they could lose their license, the brothel?
Yes, it's possible if they're found of any wrongdoing. That's up to the county commissioners, and it would be brought to the county commissioners, and they would make the final decision on the license.
So where are you in the investigation? Have you spoken to the women who are with him? Have you spoken to all of the staff, or do you still have to do that?
Some of the investigation has been concluded. However, the entire investigation has not. So therefore, that's kind of a half and half answer.
Well, and we were told by the folks there that Lamar Odom wanted to be alone and was alone for perhaps 12 hours or so. So is that the main focus, or do you want to look at all of the days that he was there?
We're going to be looking at the entire situation, how he actually came to be where he is now.
Have you guys spoken to any of the family members of Lamar yet to find out what his condition was like beforehand going into the brothel?
I have not, but I'm not conducting the investigation, and at this time, I'm not aware of it.
Yeah, Lamar faced charges for drug possession if it's determined it's cocaine.
What was that again?
Could Lamar face charges for possession if it's determined it's cocaine?
That's distinctly possible.
Did you know how much alcohol he could have consumed? Was it part of the investigation? Did you know how much he had that day?
I'm sorry, I didn't get all that.
How much alcohol he had the day found on his house? Or had he been drinking alcohol?
I really don't know.
Could you explain why he couldn't fit in the helicopter? I mean, why couldn't he be squeezed in some way? Because obviously that costs an hour of getting him treatment.
It's very tight in a helicopter, and he's a very large man. There's the way that helicopter is put together, The packaging goes into the fuselage, the smallest portion of it. And I'm going to let Chief Lewis answer that question for you.
Good afternoon. This is not a situation in response to your question of a particular type of helicopter as a single unit. All the air programs within the Valley, including the one that operates here in Pahrump specifically, is an Augusta 109 platform, and the interiors are configured in the same way as far as the patient compartment. In this particular case, originally we had requested a helicopter when Medic 5 received the initial report. They were still en route. We learned that the closest helicopter was unavailable to us. Therefore, our paramedic team continued to respond and manage the call until they returned back to Desert View Hospital, where patient care was then transferred to the Desert View ER staff. That helicopter we spoke of a little earlier then became available and responded to Desert View, landing at the helipad that's designated there. And it was immediately part of our equation is whether or not we would be able to successfully place this patient into this particular type of aircraft. And again, it's not from the restraints of that particular ship, but just the nature of the platforms in general. When it was determined that it would not be prudent, given the appropriate patient care requirements and the overall stature of this particular patient, it was found to be most prudent to transport by ground, however, utilizing the advanced care provided by the Mercy Air staff.
Did Lamar's heart stop at any point?
I'm not aware of any cessation of heart rhythm.
Surveillance footage? I mean, I know there was, and did you see it, and what did it show? Surveillance footage at the ranch?
I am not privy to any surveillance information whatsoever.
En route to the hospital this sunrise, what type of procedures were done in the ambulance to hopefully keep him alive? Was there any CPR? Was there any drugs that were given to him to keep his heart going or keep him going?
The base of the patient care provided was established at Desert View Hospital. It was maintained throughout, and the transport was carried out without incident. There was no indications of an arrest of any type, and the medications were maintained at the nurse level provided throughout the course. It was actually a delivery to the Sunrise Hospital without incident.
Do you know exactly what herbal supplement he was using?
I do not.
How much time before the first 911 call when the ambulance was able to arrive?
Dispatch was approximately 15 minutes we were on location, and it's approximately a 19-mile travel distance between our closest station, which is located on the north end of the valley, to the door where the patient was found. The patient was breathing, yes.
Can anyone describe up there what Mr. Odom was like when he first arrived? And was this at all close to becoming a coroner's case?
I was not one of the emergency responders on location, so I'll defer that question to one of the detectives.
In response to that question, Detective Fowles and myself arrived after the patient was already picked up by the ambulance and they had actually departed the Love Ranch. We conducted our investigation right after that, and any knowledge that I could or am actually not able to share with you right now was obtained. But yes, we do know what this condition was, but because of the fact that it's an active investigation, I cannot share this right now.
As far as you know, was he alone when he entered the ranch, or did he have friends or associates?
Was he alone at the time of...
Yeah, when he entered the ranch, or did he have friends with him?
We have knowledge of that, but again, due to the fact that it's an open investigation, I don't feel comfortable sharing that at this time.
What day did he arrive at the ranch?
On Saturday.
And how many medical calls do you guys get each year from any of these brothels? Is this something that happens every once in a while, or can you give us any kind of number on that?
I don't have any exact statistics, however, it appears that our medical calls to any of the brothels are actually very, very low.
Do you look into his mental state on whether he was suicidal or whether he was depressed at the time, and whether this was possibly a suicide attempt?
Yes, that's all part of an investigation of this nature.
What were you looking for when you executed the search warrant to draw blood?
The presence of anything that would explain the reason for his condition.
The herbal supplement, was that known to cause a decrease in blood pressure?
I wish I could give you an answer to that, but that is why we have medical professionals to look into those matters and report back to us as part of our investigation.
And do you know, in the course of your investigation, what exact herbal supplement
was being used?
That is still under investigation. I cannot share that right now.
Do you have a timeline on how long the toxicology will take?
We use the Las Vegas Metropolitan's forensic lab, and they are a very busy establishment, and it usually takes several weeks.
Was there any drug or narcotic paraphernalia found?
I cannot share that, I'm sorry.
Can you tell us what the condition of the room was when you entered it?
Nothing of any major concern.
Why was he taking a sunrise and not UMC trauma?
That I could not answer you. I'm sure there's a reason for that, and I don't have the answer to that.
Can you explain how critical it is, the time? Obviously, being airlifted is the better option. I mean, how bad is it that he had to be transported by ambulance?
I could only speculate on that, and I mean, logic would obviously dictate that that would be better, but, you know, there's circumstances that cause certain things to be possible and other things to not be possible.
As the detective involved in this investigation, have you spoken with any members of his family, the Kardashian family? How were they contacted and notified about him being rushed to the hospital?
Yes, we have made some preliminary contact with somebody of that family. I cannot disclose who, but that stage of the investigation has not even really begun yet.
What was their initial reaction?
They were understandably distraught over the circumstances.
We've heard reports Chloe's making medical decisions for him. Can you confirm or anyone here confirm that?
I have no knowledge about that.
Have you spoken to the two women who were with him over the course of the 3 or 4 days?
Yes.
And is that portion of the investigation complete, or are they persons of interest or people that you need to continue to speak with?
There is a distinct possibility that there is follow-up investigation in that regard.
Do you know where he got the herbal supplements? You bought them there or came?
We were advised that they were obtained at the establishment.
As well as the cocaine?
That we do not know yet. Still under investigation.
Are the supplements legal, as far as you know?
As far as I know, they are, yes.
Can you characterize what those two women said, the witnesses? What sort of weekend was he having? What was he up to?
No, I don't feel comfortable sharing those statements yet due to the ongoing investigation, which may or may go one way or the other.
When will the media be getting an electronic copy of the...
It's my understanding that they will be made available today on our website.
Can you repeat the website again, too? Because somebody was having trouble getting into it.
Yes.
NyeCountySheriff'sOffice.com.
Can we get everyone's names and spellings and titles and stuff today? Or will that be on the website too?
I could put it on the website for you if you'd like. Probably easier that way.
That would be great.
No,
Thank you.
he was out of Rockall. When he was found, I know when you guys arrived on scene, he was already transported, but was he clothed? Was this happen during an act or anything?
Well, we do know what his state was, and I don't feel comfortable sharing that information right now.
Wanted to be alone in the room, and that the next time somebody came into the room was around 3 o'clock. So is there any way to determine how long he had been in that condition, in that state on his bed?
Based on what you just related to me, that is the information that we have approximately, and there's going to be further investigation to corroborate that, yes.
Do you have community phone calls? Anyone who was at the ranch?
That's still under investigation.
Can you give us any update on his current condition?
No, I'm sorry, you can't.
Do you know if Lamar was visited by anyone during his time at the ranch? Is that something you're looking into as well?
We have preliminary information in that regard, and it's still under investigation in order to corroborate that information.
Can you say what items of Lamar's you took away for investigation as well, after he was taken to hospital?
No, I cannot. Thank you.
I was asked to offer an explanation again regarding the helicopter. Again, the platform utilized by all the local helicopter providers is an Augusta 109 platform. It has a standardized patient compartment that is mounted within that particular aircraft. It is set up for that type of operation. However, in this particular matter, it was unavailable on the first leg of this particular incident. When it did become available, it was brought to Desview Hospital. There was quite an extensive evaluation as to whether or not it would be most prudent going by flight or by ground. I would like to stress that the level of care provided was exactly the same. There was no loss or diminished care level provided by going by ground. It clearly just differentiated a little bit of the timeline on the travel distance, and well, not the distance, but the time to get to the hospital. But again, care was provided exactly the same.
Were you trying to get him into the helicopter, or was it a discussion before trying?
No, there was an actual test, if you will, or an attempt to place that patient into the aircraft. However, again, given the care that was required, along with his stature, it was a relatively quick conclusion.
Why did they move him on his side from the 911 call?
It allows a number of different things to occur within the anatomy to assist the patient in those particular situations that was described with the scenario.
That care, with that suggestion of roll him over, is that consistent with what you do if someone is overdosing or has alcohol poisoning?
It's not necessarily a limitation to that type of diagnosis. It could include aspects of that, yes. Oh, as far as the question regarding UMC versus Sunrise Hospital, that was at the discretion of the ER physician, given the parameters of the symptoms that the patient displayed, as well as the care level that was anticipated he would be required to have. That's how we determine which facility. Actually, we don't determine that. The ER physician, in conjunction with receiving hospital physicians, determine that level of care.
Are there any further plans right now for any more press conferences tomorrow?
I will defer to the sheriff.
Not at this time. We will have another press conference when we come to some conclusions. I know that you all would like to know what our final disposition is going to be on this case. And I want to thank you all for coming.
Can
And
you
this.
give us the spelling of your names before you go? I mean, just since we're all here right now.
Sure. What?
Sheriff, yeah, can you say your name and spell?
My name is Sharon Worley, W-E-H-R-L-Y.
The last name is spelled E-I-S-E-N-L-O-F-F-E-L.
Your first name?
Michael.
And all of this information will be on the website.
One more thing, Sheriff. Do you know how Lamar got there? Did he travel on his own, or?
Well, at this time, I'd prefer not to answer that question, although we do know. Okay? Thank you all for coming, and we'll conclude.